spirit and the power of Beelzebub to give me back my sight. That man, you are evil. You are evil. You are really evil, like they said. And come to think of it, and I was coming to Jerusalem to come and use this ram to thank God. Thank God that I've not even given this ram to thank God. Thank God. He was so disappointed, and he turned back. Brethren, are you following me? Listen. If you lack gratitude in your heart, you may never go far in life. That's why I said just now, when you grab apple, before you eat the apple, any fruit at all, before you eat it, thank God for the person who planted the fruit. Does that make sense to you? Now, look at it now. This man came. He didn't go again. He left. He was returning to his home country. Right there, he got tired on the way, and then he sat by an oak tree. And here was another man whose name is Simon of Syria, who God had never done anything for, so to say, by way of physical miracles. He was the one that was forced to carry the cross of Jesus to Golgotha, where Jesus was crucified. And now the man helped Jesus. He bore the cross, the weight of the cross, even though he may never felt it like Jesus felt, got to Golgotha, and the man was pushed away, and then the man went back. As he was going himself now, he saw some blind Bartimaeus. He didn't know blind Bartimaeus. Blind Bartimaeus was resting, by the tree. He himself sat down and was resting by a nearby tree. And here comes Mother Mary and John, who were looking for Simon of Cyrene, just to say thank you to Simon for helping to bear the cross of Jesus. Now, they met Simon and they were thanking Simon for what he did. And Simon said, don't thank me. You need not thank me. Mary was trying to tell Simon that man they were beating, that man is my son. He is not an evil man. But Simon stopped the cross. I knew that he was an holy man. The moment I bore that cross, I knew that man was an holy man. But the only thing he was praying in his heart, how I wish he could meet the man again. How I wish he could meet the man again. He would have thanked him for letting me help him to carry his cross. Are you getting something? Look at the man Jesus did something for. He was criticizing Jesus, condemning Jesus. And look at another man Jesus didn't do anything for having the opportunity to carry the cross of Jesus. He was saying that if I have another opportunity, I will thank him for helping me to bear his cross. Take your Bible now. Let me show you something. Luke chapter 17. Luke chapter 17. Let's read from verse 11. Luke chapter 17 and from verse 11. Look at something, brethren. Are you there now? Verse 7 from verse 11. That's Luke chapter 17 and from verse 11. And it came to pass, as he went to Jerusalem, that he passed through the midst of Samaria and Galilee. And as he entered into a certain village, there met him 10 men that were lepers, which stood afar off. Look up. How many were they? No. I need you to answer me. How many were they? 10 men. Who were what? Who were lepers. They had the same problem. In those days, they don't allow them to stay in the town. They usually stay outskirts of the town, and they stay in the same place. They give them maybe a kind of a small city. That's where they stay, outskirts of the town. And so 10 of them met Jesus. Now look at what happened. And they lifted up their voices and said, Jesus, Master, have mercy on us. Not only one spoke, this time around 10 of them. And they said the same thing. And they lifted up their voice and they said, Master, Jesus, Master, have mercy on us. Everybody say that. Have mercy. Have you ever said that before? Please write this thing down. Anything you cannot thank God for, don't ask him for it. Anything at all you know you will not be ready to thank him for that thing, do not ask God for it. Okay, look at what happened. Have mercy on us. And when he saw them, he said unto them, go show yourself unto the priest. And it came to pass that as they went, they were cleansed. How many of them were cleansed? How many of them? 10 of them. All of them. They were cleansed. Now, and then he went for that in verse 15. And one of them, when he saw that he was healed, turned back and with a loud voice glorified God. Out of 10. Out of 10. One of them, when he discovered that he was healed, he turned back. He turned back and he began to lift up his voice to glorify God. How many voices went up to say, Lord, have mercy on us, heal us? How many voices? But after the healing, how many voices going to heaven now? You know the funniest thing? I'm showing you where pride came in. How you can identify it was pride. How you can identify people they were very ungrateful because they thought they deserve it. Now look at what Jesus Christ said. Listen to what he said. We've read verse 15. Now look at verse 16. And this man who lifted up his voice to heaven, glorifying God, he fell down at the feet of Jesus, giving him thanks. And he was a Samaritan. And Jesus answering and said, were there not 10 cleansed? Does that mean that as you people left, 10 of you lifted up your voice and you asked for miracles? Why is it that it's only one that came? Does that mean that it was only one who got healed? No. Because Jesus knew the 10 of them were healed. It's the same power that made this one that made the other 9. And now Jesus said, were there not 10 cleansed? Were you not 10? Now what happened? And then Jesus said, but where are the 9? Where are the 9? Listen, if somebody gives you ordinary water to drink, tell it to as many people in your life you can tell to. Hey, you didn't get me. If somebody ever does anything good for you, never cease to talk about it. Never cease to talk about it. Never. Never cease. Always talk about it. But you know the funniest thing about life is that it's the one that they didn't do for us that we broadcast everywhere. We always tell people, how many years I put in that church. They didn't do this for me. They didn't do this for me. What of the time they prayed for you and then you eventually got the miracle? Who did you tell? We are in the habit of never telling people. We are in the habit of never giving thanks. If somebody ever does anything for you, please never stop talking about it. Never stop talking about it. Because a grateful heart will never know regrets. A grateful heart, if you are always grateful, you will never know regret. You know what somebody said? He said, if I don't have money in my bank account, if let's say I don't even have a bank account, he said, I wake up in the morning and I see that the sun rises. Because it is free, I give thanks. Do you hear me now? Because I don't need to pay for it, but somebody had paid for it. I remember that somebody paid for it. Or you think the sun just came on its own? Don't you know that somebody made it? Oh, come on now, Christian. Because we just take it for granted. Somebody made the sun and he made it for free. But while the person was making it, it took him time. Oh. Yeah, because it's free now, we just think it's just there like that. That's why now when we get apple, we don't know somebody planted it. After all, I bought it. After all, if the person had not planted it, would you have it to buy? Oh, come on now. If the person had not planted it, you would never have seen it to buy. And so we take these things for granted. And the person say, I wake up and I discover that in my account no money. I discover that I have nothing. I cannot even pay bill. He said, but yeah, the sun rises and I can, get the rays of the sun for free. Somebody paid for it. I must give thanks to that person who made it. Jesus said, were there not 10 cleansed? But now we are at the 9. You know what shocked me? I would have thought that Jesus would have stopped there. But there's something he did, which I want you to take note of. Look at in verse 18. And there are not found that return to give thanks to God. And they are not found that return to give glory to God except this stranger. So meaning the rest of them were Jew. And this only one man among them who was a stranger, he was the one that had come to give thanks. You know, sometimes we take so many things for granted. We take so many things for granted. I was just talking and I say, hey, come on, son, please. Any day you wake up, no matter what your mother did to you, be grateful that she kept you. If your mother had not helped you, you would not have been where you are today. No, she didn't do anything for me. What did she do? I say, your mother didn't do anything for you? Come on. Do you know how many days you spend on a sick bed? Your mother never went to market again to trade. She was there looking after you, and she was in tears, in pain, and was crying, oh God, save him alive. And you say she never did anything for you? Don't be ungrateful. Say to your neighbor, don't be ungrateful. Have a heart of gratitude. A heart, oh God. I just pray you understand what I'm telling you today. Please always say good thing about other people. If somebody had ever done something for you in life, always talk about it. Because if you go and you are telling somebody, hey, this person, all the while I stayed in her house, she turned me to a slave, that person you are talking to, if the person is wise, the person will know that you will go and tell bad about him to another person. I don't know if you understand. Yes, if somebody is telling you something and then the person is saying it was this and that, and then if you are wise, you know that person will do the same thing to you, to other person. And so if the person is talking, the first thing you need to do, rebuke that person and say, have a grateful heart. The fact that the person even allow you into his own home, that is enough for you to always say good about that person. Probably if that person had not allowed you into his or her home, at that time, maybe you would have died outside. Now, here you are saying the person has never done anything. Do you see that these people, they took God for granted? And Jesus was not happy. But look at what happened to the other man who came. The other man who came. Verse 19. And Jesus said unto him, arise, go thy way, thy faith have made thee whole. The rest of them were cleansed, but they were not made whole. The rest of them, they were cleansed, but what? They were never made whole. Look, brethren, thanksgiving will make you complete. Thanksgiving will make you complete. It will make you whole. Every day of your life. Please let this be a kind of, can I say habit? Cultivate this as a habit. Or a habit of always saying something good about somebody who at any given time help you. Even if the person denies you help this time. Always say, yes, even though you're not helping me now, but I can never forget what you did for me many years ago. Remember the counsel you gave me. Remember the prayer you made for me. Remember, how you supported me. Remember, always say good. Are you with me now? And tell good about that person to other people. Brother Alex, do you know what a pastor did for me so many years ago? I can't forget. He's such a wonderful man. God will bless him. Even though now I have nothing to, there is no way I can really appreciate him, but in my heart of heart, I'm praying for him. Do you know you have sown a seed in the heart of this man? One day, he will go tell pastor, say, that person is always talking good about you. Do you know that the pastor will want to help him again? One good turn. They say what? One what? You're not saying it. One word? One good turn deserves another. If you are the person that never speak well about others, you never talk good that people have done to you, you never say that good to other people, it will be difficult for you in life. And such people are proud people. When you do something for a proud man, any person who has a proud heart, he will say, after all, I deserve it. After all, I deserve. In fact, I even deserve more than that. That's a proud heart. A proud heart. But a humble heart will say,